See, doing the kind of work that I do, or for anyone who does this type of work, whether it's photo editing, video editing, or anything along the lines of editing, or sitting behind a computer all day, doesn't necessarily have to be um any type of creative work, or like, for example, the doing Photoshop, creating posters, photography, videography, and anything like that. It can literally just be accounting or finance or anything that you have to sit behind a computer for the most of your day. You'll want to have a safe, comfortable environment or space where you are working. That way you can be a little more productive, you can feel at home doing it, and it wouldn't feel as if it's a big job that you're doing. You're doing it because you like doing this, or you have no choice to do it, but while doing it you don't feel as if you're overly pressured or you have a lot of disturbances or anything like that. Last time I posted a room slash setup tour was back in 2021. Now the year is 2023, we are in December. I have decided to do another one to show you all an update on how the actual setup progressed. Now in terms of the room, it is my bedroom, but it's also like my office space as well. So I do have my bed, I have my toilet and bath here as well in the same room. Don't worry, I have ventilations and stuff like that. So in terms of the whole structure of the room from the previous video that I had, the structure stays the same, mostly because the room is so small that if I try to move anything, it will block something that needs to be accessed. So the structure of the room has to be the same. But since last time, I have changed the color of the walls. Instead of the blue that I had before, I have the white and black theme going on now. In terms of where all my equipment and stuff was before, it's in the same spot. Only the only difference now is that I have an actual plastic cupboard where I can store all my equipment. So that will be my gimbal, the camera, the lenses, and all the other stuff that I have pertaining to my equipment, camera equipment and stuff will go in that cupboard. I also have my tripods and stuff at the side, that the ones that can't fit in the cupboard, I have it at the side. I also have a monitor up on top of the cupboard resting there, because the camera I have, the screen cannot flip all the way for me to see if things in focus or see where everything is in frame. So the solution I have for that, I have a separate monitor on top of the cupboard there, and I'll just connect the camera to the monitor, and that's how I will be able to frame everything, make sure everything is in focus, and stuff like that. And well, for the main actual setup part, ideally it is the same type of setup with the few exceptions. Back then when I did the setup tour, I only had 2 monitors, I believe. I can't remember for sure, but I believe I had 2 monitors, and now I have 3. No, I had the 3 monitors back then. I think so. I honestly can't remember, but I remember I had more than 1 monitor. Now I have 3. All of them are 24 inches of size, so that way I'll have like a seamless look. It'll be like one big ultra wide, but I still like the ability of having 3 separate monitors rather than one ultra wide monitor. That's just my personal preference. There's no big reason on why, I just prefer it that way. For the desk remained the same. It's just the normal desk that I've built. It's mounted to the wall, and there are tiles on top of it. Originally this year I wanted to put some vinyl wrapping on top of it, because I want to get change it up a little bit and remove the black and white theme on the desk itself, put it either black or kind of a marble finish. But I didn't get a chance to do that this year, so it's the same way as it is. On top of the desk I have my keyboard and mouse. For the keyboard I use the HyperX Alloy Origins core. It's a TKL, a 10 keyless keyboard and I also have the HyperX pudding keycaps on them. For the mouse, I use the glorious Model D wireless. Absolutely love that mouse. I had the Model D wired before. Now I upgraded to the wireless because I absolutely do love the glorious mice. Absolutely amazing. I would recommend it. It's very light, it's very affordable. It's, you know, one of the cheapest out there, and it performs really well. Has a lot of features, and yeah, there's nothing bad I can say about it, honestly speaking. For the most part, I have one big, well, one long soft pad that rests on top my desk, and I have my keyboard on top there. I also have an external numpad, so that I only bought that solely because when I was doing Blender, well, learning Blender I should say, a lot of the hotkeys were on the numpad, and because I have a TKL keyboard, it doesn't have the numpad on the keyboard, so I have a separate number pad for that. I also have the HyperX hard mouse pad. For some reason, since I've tried it, I just love the hard feeling of the mouse pad. It's easier to clean, however I did have it for so long that I can see and feel the wear and tear on it from dragging the mouse left and right a lot of times. But it still works as intended. I don't have any problems with it. Well, as I mentioned before, the monitors, I have one Dell monitor and I have two AOC monitors. I can't remember the exact specs of, well, not specs, I can't remember the name, like the exact model number of them, but I do know all of them are 144 Hz, all of them are 1080p panels, and all of them are 24 inches. So they all have similar specs. The only difference is that the colors of the screens themselves, all three of them are different colors. I've tried my best to color correct them to be as close as possible, but it is only so much I can do without the actual device to accurately color correct them. So my main monitor is the most accurate one, so that's the one I use for any of my color grading and stuff for my videos. In terms of the webcam, I used to use the Razer Kaio. I have gotten rid of that because I use my camera as my webcam now. I do want to start back streaming, however I can't right now because Flow is messing up. Flow just not flowing. I can't do it because every time I try to stream, the internet is so bad that I can't. The internet is so bad that it'll cut off the stream and then restart it. So instead of seeing one replay of the stream once I'm done, I see about 8 or 10 different streams of the same thing. It's just, you know, it's not good at all. So, but either way, when I figure that out, I will be streaming again and I will be using my camera as my webcam. I also have a small 10-inch ring light as some source of lighting for when I have the camera as my webcam there. That will be the main source of lighting. However, I do plan on changing that because it's not as bright as I would like it to be. It's decent but not really that bright, so I would change it eventually. But as of now, as I'm not fully streaming and stuff like that, it's not going to be changed anytime soon right now because I have other stuff to do. Right, and basically the last thing of all the peripherals would be my microphone. Now for the microphone, I have the HyperX microphone, the RGB one. Absolutely love this microphone. It is a bit pricey, but a lot of that price is mostly because of the RGB, not going to lie, because the standard red, the single red color one, and this one is almost identical in terms of the quality, the looks. The only difference between those two is the ability to have RGB. Now I absolutely love this microphone, even though it's USB. It plugs in via USB. It's a straight plug and play type setup. Absolutely love it. Eventually I will be upgrading the microphone to a more professional type, or the professional quality ones. Now don't get me wrong, This one can be tweaked a lot, especially if you use softwares like NVIDIA Broadcast or any other softwares. I use NVIDIA Broadcast to make it sound a little more professional, to get rid of some of the background noises and stuff like that. So I use that and it works really well. But eventually I will, because I do want to get the Go XLR and the stuff like that eventually. Right now those things are not a priority for me, so that's why I wouldn't get those things as yet. And then of course there is the PC itself. Now from last time you all saw it from the last setup video, if you all didn't see it, you all can go check it out. But from the last time, it has drastically changed. Now I do have videos of some of the progress that it did go through, like for instance one of my birthday vlogs, I changed out the case completely. And yeah, so as of now I have a Ryzen 9 5900X, I have 64 gigs of RAM, I have a 3080 Ti, and I have about 14 terabytes of storage in this PC right now. So that's basically about it for my setup itself. Now for the speakers are the same. I forgot about that. The speakers are the same. I still didn't put them in the proper spot it's supposed to be in to fully get that surround sound feel, but they do the job, and most of the time I use the headphones. And talking about headphones, I forgot to mention that the headphones I use are the Logitech G435. Now they're nothing special, they're just normal cheap Logitech headphones. They are wireless and they only work wireless, but for wireless headphones they are pretty decent. I get a lot of my work done. They're not very bassy, you have a lot of highs in the headphones itself, so I wouldn't recommend this headphones for any bass heavy things that you're doing. However, it is good for daily use, just watching movies, watching YouTube, and it is Bluetooth compatible, and it also has the little dongle. I can't remember what Logitech calls it, but it has a little dongle where you can plug it in via USB on your laptop or desktop to get that even better wireless connection compared to Bluetooth. But it does have a Bluetooth connectivity. And yeah, that's about it. That's really and truly about it in my setup. Now a lot of things have changed. It's just the positioning and I can't really figure out the word for it, but this is my setup. I hope you guys enjoyed. I tried to do a little something different with this video per se, just me actually talking about it instead of the actual point the camera and point and explain and whatever. Something a little different that I'm trying to do. If you guys do like this style of video, let me know in the comments below. If you guys enjoyed, leave a like and consider subscribing if you did enjoy it as well, for more future content like this plus many others. It is almost Christmas, so we have other videos planned out to do. I still have my Q&A to do, and we have to make cookies for Santa on Christmas Eve. So subscribe and stay tuned for that. Good night, everyone.